accomplished our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the Rosamond FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Now relinquishes the gavel to the next competing team.
USDA offers youth loans to students such as these in the classroom. They offer a loan anywhere from it's $100 up to $5,000. And they have to fill out a loan application. The loan is solely on them. So if they default, it follows them, not their parents.
Okay.
And so they get their loan, and it's at a very low rate. I think last year it was like 3.75%.
Oh yeah.
So if you borrowed $400, you know it's what, $416 that they had to pay back.
Yeah, I see.
Not very much at all.
No.
So. Most kids usually borrow about $450, $500 to raise a lamb or pig.
Got it.
And about $2,500 to raise a steer.
I see.
And they always make enough to pay the loan back and have money.
Sure.
This year I got $5 a pound.
Okay, so that would have added up to what, maybe?
$1,000.98, I think.
Ah, wow. Super.
Yeah, I did. My pig didn't weigh that much.
Ah, okay.
It was sad.
And how about your?
I got Reserve Grand Champion swine, and I only got $3 a pound for a 260-pound pig.
Okay. And how long did you have to feed them? How long did you raise them? Did you get them as piglets?
4 months.
4 months.
You raised them for 4 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we're in the leadership part of this class, and then this particular class is animal science. And we're going into balancing feed rations here within the next couple of weeks. And then they're just going to learn about animals.
Okay.
This particular class.
Okay. The students could keep their animals here
That is correct.
if they wanted to.
That is correct. We have facilities to keep all the animals here.
I see.
Yes.
Kind of unique. Not all high schools have that.
Some high schools have a school farm. Some larger than others. So we're very fortunate we do have a large school farm. We kept, I think we had 16 pigs here last year, and 5 steers, and I don't know, 6 or 8 lambs, something like that.
Oh, I see. Sure. And then is there an auction?
Oh yes, there's an auction at the fair. They take them to the fair in August. They show them, and then at the end of the fair there's an auction. So these animals do get auctioned off, and they go for food. And this past year we sold I think we had something like 43 animals that went through the auction, and so the total was over $63,000 that just our kids alone collected.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Gee,
tremendous amount of money.
Yeah, that's terrific. And then they get to keep the money.
They get to keep the money unless they were on a loan through the USDA, and then they have to pay that loan back, and then the profit from the sale, they get to keep that.
My first year I did a steer, a lamb, and I think that was it, the steer and the lamb. And my first year I got reserve in my class and 4th overall.
Wow.
Which I did really good that year on the shows.
Sure. Understand.
And the second year I did 2 steers and a lamb, but one of the steers I didn't get to take for a certain problem, so he was kind of used for our own meat. Then the other one I went to fair, didn't place that year, but I still sold him for a good price. Then this year I just had another steer, a lamb, and a pig. And pig sold for $3, I think, or $4 a pound. I got 1,000 something, it was 250 pounds.
Right.
Then the steer was 1,300 and I think it was 1357. And he went for $3 a pound.
That's good.
And my lamb went for I think $3 a pound, and he came up with 700 and something off them. So that made at least I think 5,075.
Yeah.
So I did really good this year.
Yeah, good. What were you explaining to me about these chickens?
These are laying hens, and they're approximately, I think 8 months old. And the mosquito and vector control brings 6 chickens, 6 hens out every year. And they leave them here at our school, and then they come every 2 weeks and they bleed the chickens and they test them for West Nile virus.
I see.
And then they have a trap set up over on the other side of our school farm, and they're collecting mosquitoes to see if they get any mosquitoes in the traps.
Sure.
Well, they bring the chickens here in about April as young hens, young pullets, I guess you could say.
Right.
And then they provide the feed, and all we have to do is provide the care for them and maintenance, and we get to collect the egg.
What's your job here every day with these chickens?
I just clean out their waters and make sure they're clean. They have fresh water and feed them every day. Collect the eggs and take them home, give some to Miss Jones.
How many eggs do you get a day?
Out of these chickens, we get 6 eggs a day. One they lay an egg a day.
And why did you get interested in farm animals and FFA?
Well, I'm an animal person already. I mean, I do barrel racing and I compete with my horses, and so
Sure.
I'm an animal person, and it's just something I love to do.
Have you done it all 4 years?
No, actually, I've only done it 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Do you keep animals at home?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and the ones you raise, did you keep them here at school?
No, I keep them at home.
All at home?
Yeah, I raised a lamb last year, and it was I liked it a lot. It was a good experience.
You don't have some attachment to the animals when it comes time to say goodbye?
When I go into it, I just look at it like, they're bred and raised to be market animals, and just give them the best life you can give them until it's time for their departure. Sure. How come you're so interested in farming and farm animals?
Well, my parents did it when they were younger, and I've always been around animals, so it's pretty much what I like to do.
Do you have some at home?
Yeah, we have lambs and we have ducks, geese, all kinds of animals.
All right, and the stuff that you raised, did you keep the animals here at school or at home?
I kept the pig here this year, and most of the animals stay at my house.
I see. And so what are you going to do in college?
It's either I'm going to get into more animal stuff, or I'm going to be a diesel mechanic.
I see.
Working on tractors and stuff like that.
Big need for that today.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks very much for the interview. And you're a sophomore.
Yes, I am.
In a class with all these seniors.
Yes.
And now tell me about your plans to borrow and raise animals.
I just plan to raise them for next year's fair and get more money and stuff. It's just a responsibility I like to do. I'm a total animal person. I love animals.
Really?
Yes, love animals. I live on a farm. That's why I love animals so much.
Okay.
I live out in Mojave on Bacchus. And
Sure.
I raise horses, we have dogs, we have fish, we have like a bunch of other animals. We just have a lot of animals.
Do you have to feed the animals before you come to school?
Yeah, I get up at like 6:45. And then I go out and feed my animals.
I see. Sure. Now, next year, which animals are you going to raise?
I'm going to do a steer, a lamb, and a pig. Yes.
And are you going to keep the animals here at school or at home?
At my house.
At the home.
So I can work with them all the time.
Yes, then I'll grab a still out of it for the paper, and then I'll put it in the YouTube too.
To use the old carbon plant and our parts of our sewer treatment plant to hold an exercise. And what it was is a special ops outfit, a Marine Corps it's the 1st Marine Division, and it's their hostage rescue. They actually had Somalians there and dressed up with AK-47s, and this was a live fire exercise. One of our board members was there, President Wood, and it was by invitation only. It took me back 40 years. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. These young kids, how accomplished they are, and just made me very, very proud to be part of this. But in recognition of our participation in this, Colonel Robert Coates of the United States Marine Corps gave us this plaque for the Rosamond Community Services District, and I'd like to present this to the board now for you to look at.
Here's a pipeline going to the future chlorine ammonia contact chamber. We would take it out before it goes in there and bring it out in the pipeline system, flow meter, weir, pump station, and into finally our existing turnout. We'd have to break the pipeline that normally existed. Now comes from these booster pumps into the station. This is a much simplified version of what would actually take place.